we're gonna go down TikTok and find out, what's up, what's good, what's really good. We don't really know what's up. We don't know what we're gonna run into. We don't know what we're gonna find. But I think whatever we find, it'll be interesting. We're gonna experience it together. So without further ado, let's do that. Let's do that.
Beef itself, I don't want to go into it too much, but I will. So this wanted me to
Just
go.
so you know, Omar Gooding Jr.
The
Omar
thing
Gooding
is,
is
the thing
Cuba
is, this is the
Gooding
beef of
Jr.'s
two
brother.
young.
People don't know
He's
that. A lot of
coming
people don't know.
from
Maybe
being
I don't know
a
if
singer,
he
and he's
did.
got his own career as a singer.
But he played that
I'm
dude.
coming
I
from
forget,
being a
I guess his
TV guy.
cousin, Omar
Well, I have my
he
own
played
career as a TV guy.
Tyrese's cousin in Baby Boys. Great freaking movie if you've never seen it.
Rappers have all the money in the world, but they want to be in the movie.
You never seen it.
You know what I mean?
You go to
So
yourself to
at
see
this time, John was like, okay, Tupac's dead. He chooses Tyrese. I don't know how that process came about, but that's what happened. That was his guy already. He didn't have, I don't know what he did. But then he calls me and says, I need a strong actor around this dude because this is his first movie. Because like men, I give him his props. He came and he said, I want you to come to my house. And I said, no, come to mine. And he showed up at my house and it looked just like this. And he walked in and was like, is there someone we can go by ourselves? But I saw the way he said it. I said, yeah, there's someone. Let's go, follow me. And he got in the car and we drove to what we call Rattlesnake Park in Northridge. And he gets everything off his chest. And look, I'm trying to get this part. I'm trying to boom, 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 boom. I want this shit to be real. I'm like, yeah, all right. But this is what the boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so what? All right. He walks off, and I walk off. And then we make that movie. We don't go, buddy, all right, we good, right? That shit's cool. No. We just make the movie. I don't even know if there's beef, honestly. He's acting so good, we good. Everything was good. I'm like, this nigga's over it. We good, nigga. And then my girlfriend was Angel Conwell. Yeah. She's a video vixen. She's been all of the batter up, all that. She's been in all type of videos. If there's a video going on, they put her in it.
Thanks.
Movie's over, been over, reshoots is over, everything is over. I get a call from my girlfriend. Hey, where you at? At the crib, what's up? Oh, so you ain't at the video shoot? What video shoot? The Baby Boy movie video shoot? What you talking about? They're doing a video. Bitch, I'm the video girl. All my girls is like, we at the video, bitch, where you at? I said, get the out of here. They're shooting a video, but they're shooting a video. I said, well, what's it called? It's called Baby Boy. You're just a baby boy. Look at the video. Everybody in the movie is in it except Anne Angel. She ain't in it either. So she called. I said, damn, so where they at in there? Right? So I lived in Northridge. So I said, where they doing the video? Gotta be South Central. Watts. Anybody want to take a guess where they was doing that video?
The Valley?
Northridge.
Oh, right there. Oh.
Not just in the valley. They was at Northridge Park doing the video for Baby Boy.
No clue where that
I'm in
is.
the bed chilling like I'm doing this, nigga.
Outside, basically.
And I pulled up and I said, let's go. Where we going, nigga? Get in the car. And we rolled up. 4, 5 niggas, we pulled up just like it's a movie in a movie. I pulled up and I had the Bronco, the OJ Bronco, Eddie Bauer edition with the 20s in the bag. And boom, boom, boom. I pull up in the middle, pop out, shit, whole shit stop. They ain't like the court scene. I mean, like outside there, everybody's outside. It's a park, nigga. They and I'm walking out looking at everybody. They look just like everybody. Y'all looking at me like that. And I walk straight to the middle of that shit. John Singleton walks over first. Hey, what's up, boy? Yeah, what's up, nigga? Tyrese, what's up, boss? Yeah, where's Snoop? Oh, he in his trailer. I go to Snoop. What's up, man? I'd advertise. Want to smoke? We smoke. Whoa. I get over it. I kind of get it out with him. He's like, yeah, nigga, sweat that shit. Yeah, whatever, nigga. All right, man, I'm out. And I started walking out. And then Tan, when he pulled up, hey, get in the video. Throw this on. No, out here, nigga. I'm not getting the video. That's not the point. I done came. I see. Y'all, what's worse is if I go get in the video and then they cut me out. Woo! It'd have been TMZ before they had TMZ, nigga. It'd have been World Star before World Star, nigga. So I'm like, y'all made y'all point, and then proof is in the pudding. Is that a lie? Do the footage. Why the f was I in the video?
Yeah.
And that's when I went, oh, like that? All right. Now, again, let God have it.
Hey, don't pay no attention to the
What I'ma
title.
do?
If you watching me on Twitch,
Because I wasn't in the video?
don't pay no attention to the title. That's the wrong damn title.
Niggas is in these videos capping, bro. I'm gonna make my video again. This is my last time. I'm gonna show y'all how we get into this right here. So boom. I probably missed one shot before this shot right here. It was a catch and shoot, so I ain't even put it in here. That's cool. I'm just now getting warm. I just walked in the gym. This is my first game. These niggas in a deep ass sweat. I come off this screen. I see one fall. Boom. We're gonna keep the clip rolling because these was back-to-back plays. Niggas is on these videos capping out, bro. Niggas are capping out, acting like I was just jacking up shots and he just getting stop. No, you're not, nigga. These are back-to-back plays, and I'll call a game right here.
This is how you hack TikTok to give you more views. If your TikTok account isn't growing, IPROMIS, you need to try this AI thing. This is my page before High Social, and this is my page today. High Social gets you on the For You page without having to dance or chase stupid trends.
Oh, people go stair check old grandfather's stairs. Had to take out and put in a new set. Go straight down. Get my math together here. People in the comments talking about something. Oh, you looking up the formula? I was actually just checking the minimum and maximum tread depth and riser height because, like I said, it was grandfathered in. So the original steps were technically not to code, but you got to keep it that way because the spacing is super tight and you can't really change the layout. Nonetheless, got my 2 stringers cut and temporary got my treads on so you can walk upstairs. And then I come back the next day, do my 3rd stringer because they was also in the comment, you should do 1 more stringer. You should let me finish first before you comment and act like I ain't doing a 3rd stringer. Like, you want even a complete video. KUTZ cuts check, no overcut, you hear me? I gotta make my video high. I cut it so good, I just drop it, they just fall off. All right, and then clean it up with the chisel. Hammer and chisel, nice and clean, like I would like it.
Like anybody that does cars,
all right.
That shit is always intriguing me. I wish.
I think that was a Sunday. I just wanted to cut that board, so Monday I've been ready to roll. Take off the treads. Had to reset both stringers to get them nice and tight to the framing because I wanted to bolt and screw the stringers to the studs nice and strong, but I had to clean up the wall some of the old lats and plasters in the way to get it nice and flush with the studs. And then the 3rd stringer in the middle for a little support in the middle. Keep it nice and strong. Now it's less than 3 feet. I could have did the 2 on the outside and been fine, but I like to do it extra strong. All right, glued and screwed. Got the risers and the treads on. And then the last of the Mohicans here is the last 2 steps, the 4 steps at the top. And then getting it flush with the top step, which I counted for. It's like an inch short, but they gotta add some plywood and some carpet. So by the time they do that, all the risers will be even. I had to cut back the last step because I moved the whole steps back a few inches so they would clear the opening at the bottom. But hula, looking good in the neighborhood.
I was sleeping in my car from 21, I want to say, to like early 22, for like 3 years. Yeah, IRS can't fuck me over for some shit, my old CPS did, you know, baby mothers and shit. And I was on these niggas, you understand? I was like niggas coming in Rolls Royces and shit, you understand? And niggas coming in with chefs and eating checker fries.
Yeah, that's right.
So my nigga couldn't afford the checker fries, nigga, fucking $5.39 because I just wanted the large ones. And I was on these niggas. Every fucking day I was on these niggas. Ain't asked nobody for nothing. My mother always told me, never tell them when you up so you ain't gotta show them when you down. You understand? I was on them. And I watched them laugh. Like I was fucked over. Like the car was sleeping, it was under my baby mother name. My phone was under my baby mother name. I was going through court at the time. She cut my phone off. And I missed court. I ain't have a phone, I ain't have a car, I don't got an address. And that's why I say, like, nigga, I went for crying for help to try myself. Like everybody that's like on my line now and everybody wanna, like, I don't like you. Like my stomach was growling and tomorrow came.
Do you want to grow your business? Well, you need to advertise. And you can do this with Realize.
All right.
So he at it again, and so am I. So let me ask y'all a question. What is ICE?
Don't want to.
I used to think every NBA team would be fighting to sign me. Never thought I'd be 25 before even getting a shot. Remember me? I'm Noah Farrakhan, that 5-star high school phenom who lit up the whole country. Back then, I was one of the top point guards in the nation. I led my team to a national title, had the crowd going wild every time I touched the ball. Media chased me for interviews. Coaches called me the next NBA prototype. I really believed it, that I was destined for the league, destined to shine, but college hit different. I stopped growing at 6'1", injuries started piling up. I bounced from East Carolina to Eastern Michigan and ended up at Hampton. 4 schools, 4 different jerseys. And all the people who once called me a can't miss talent, gone. My training videos barely got any likes. My highlight reels, no one was calling me the next big thing anymore. No cameras, no hype. Meanwhile, guys I used to run with like LaMelo Ball were already shining in the league. I started doubting myself, from prodigy to punchline. But I didn't fold. No one gave me a shot, so I trained like hell. No one believed in me, so I worked until they couldn't ignore me. And now, finally, the door cracked open. I got my shot with the Spurs at Summer League. It's not the finish line, but it's the start. The NBA dream is alive.
Absolutely. You got a lot of talent, bro. I mean, I don't know you, but from what I saw, excellent thing. Things move fast. I love it. I love it. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
What to do in your first 24 hours after winning $50 million?
$50 million from the lottery? First thing you need to do is stop. Do not claim that money. There are smarter ways to do it, and I'm about to show you how. Watch to the end. Step 1, form your dream team. First, we're gonna get an estate planning attorney to protect you from being a target. We're gonna get a tax strategist so you're not overpaying in taxes. And we're gonna get a financial planner so that you're not making costly mistakes. Step 2, you're gonna choose your payout structure. You have 2 options. You could take a lump sum, which means all of the money up front, but pay big taxes.
Who gives a
or
shit?
you could choose to take payments over time, which reduces your tax bill. But if we do step 3 correctly, we can blend these 2 together to work perfectly for you. Step 3, create a special trust. That trust is gonna hide your name so you're off the news, you're out of the public eye, and people aren't gonna ask for handouts. Second thing, it's gonna give you a huge tax break right now, right? So you could take a lump sum that then pays you over time from the trust. This money grows with no yearly taxes added onto it. And when you die, you're gonna create a foundation for 10% of the minimum principal to go to. In other words, you get 90% of the value tax leveraged for life.
Let me just say this. A lot of people say, oh, I take the money over time. But here's where I think that's a mistake, all right? If you hit the lottery, you win a ton of money. Or if you just come into a ton of money, particularly the lottery, that's really what this is about. If you take the annuity, right? What you're doing is you're letting them hold the bulk of your money and they're making money on you. Why the fuck would you do that, right? Take the one lump sum. Take the Take the initial hit in taxes. Hear me out. Then you just invest that lump sum in a bank account, ETF, stock market, whatever. You can make that money back over time. Damn letting someone else make all that money on you. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I like my strategy. What would you do?
Lifetime payments, reducing your tax bill. Now, here's the final thing to make it work. You're gonna select a foundation or create one of your choosing so that you can take 10% minimum of the original principal balance to donate to that charity on your death.
Hey guys, so I just stepped out of surgery and I had a quick sec.
Since we clipping stuff, clip this. Y'all weird. I've been an athlete my whole life. I've ran my whole life. Like, excuse me. I run long distance. I've wrestled my entire life. So yeah, my legs bigger. Yeah, I'm a post work.
For those of y'all who may not know this guy, this is Keith Lee, who became crazy famous for all his restaurant reviews. Just like he's sitting in a little kid's chair. He we got it. Let's try it. Ready to 1 to 10. You know, that kind of hugely famous now because of that food review, which is what he did. So I don't really know what he's talking about. So somebody must have said something to piss him off.
Apocalypse. I'm gonna post me getting back in shape. I'm a married man, happily married man, a straight man, kids, wife.
Is that a dude?
Y'all weird. It's a lot of stuff that I...
Okay, watch carefully. See that guy right there running across?
What the hell was that about?
That guy was with Trump's team. He's going to get photographers. Now watch. He'll usher the photographers in from this side over here. Okay, see? He brings reporters in. That's him in the blue suit. Now you're going to see the flag come down. The flag comes down. See? Look at... there it is. There it is.
I see what you're saying.
Now he's...
Listen, now... I always thought that this was an odd thing when he got shot in the air, supposedly, right? How could somebody even get that close? That thing should have been scouted out within 15, 20 miles, right? By the Secret Service and the FBI. I don't believe that. I think this was scripted just to rouse up the, community.
Going to move these photographers. He's going to corral them over to the side, and he's going to keep with them the whole time. He's going to make sure they're in the right position the whole time. Look at, see? Now it's not staged at all, is it?
Interesting.
See? Now he's going to keep moving them. See?
Interesting.
He keeps moving them all along the way. See? Wow, that's not staged at all. And now he's, okay, everybody got their money shot.
Money shot.
Everybody got their money shot. Perfect. Good job. Wow. Nope, not staged at all, huh?
Top 5 players I've played against. Honorable mention, I'm gonna go Judah Mix.
Honorable mention, I'll go Jet Howard.
Number 5, I'm gonna go Jalen Duran. Let me put this into perspective. I'm 6'4", y'all boys. Why am I guarding a 6'11" paint beast in high school? Don't get me wrong. I had 20 and 11 versus Montverde. I'm not sorry now. I was doing straight the first half. That second half, that nigga almost did a 180 dunk power special NBA Street Volume 2. Bullshit, gang. Bro, he dunked the ball so hard, fam. My ears almost bled.
My number 5 is Kool-Aid McKinstry. Bro, I played against him in 8th grade. When I tell you this man gave us 20 and he probably got 3 dunks. But when I tell y'all he was killing us, we lost this game by damn near 30.
My number 4, J.D. Davison. I was in 9th grade. I'm in the EYBL. I shouldn't have been in the EYBL 9th grade. We played Alabama Fusion. I could dunk at that time, y'all. But I seen a 15-year-old take off from damn near the free throw line. After that, I knew there was levels. Real life levels. People say I'm athletic. No, that nigga's demonic. If I'm athletic, that nigga's evil.
At my 4, KJ Jones. Bro, he scored 3,000 points in college. I think he won conference player year like 2 or 3 times. And I think he won national player year. He's in the G League now.
Number 3, I'm gonna go Dariq Whitehead. I played Dariq Whitehead 3 times. You know, one of the people who just are so smooth and when they're scoring it's so effortless? He would literally just look at you and just like yawn in your face. Like it's nothing. Like real deal, just, I'm gonna dunk the ball. You know what I'm saying?
My number 3, Jordan Hahn. Straight midi work. It was our senior year. This man had 40 off all layups. And ever since then, this man just been elevating every year. Damn near scored 2,000 points in college, CIAA Player of the Year. Be on the lookout for it now.
Number 2, Amena Nassar. Like, I played with these boys. I played against these boys. He played against them too.
Yeah, they are my number 1.
Yeah. They would patty cake the ball like pass, and then lob. And then you see one of they black asses like the speed of flick. Niggas are the definition of like some anime basketball niggas. A man will hit you with like a twin cross like, and then a Sar will come out of nowhere, sprint over, and then he'll just throw that bit up in the air. Dunk.
At my number 2, JT Thor. We played pickup last summer.
I was getting to work.
He was guarding most of the time, but every time I got on the switch, I'm like, I'm playing the best defense of my life. Like, hand in his face, everything. Like, ain't no way he gonna make this. This man will hit a fade away, falling back, still hit.
This a G League nigga, but he's like the 14th, 13th guy. He's raw. These NBA niggas, there's a reason why they got there. My number 1 player I played against is Scotty Barnes. I just got into varsity. I got pushed onto the ground. These niggas stood above me like some titans. Vernon Carey, Scotty Barnes, them niggas just looked at me so stupid. But Scotty was OD. If you from the South Florida area, you know, playing against U School was like hell on earth.
My number 1 is Amena Nassar.
Martin King was not killed by the bullet. He was alive, and he was taken to the emergency room.
Now, for all of y'all, I hope somebody's watching this damn stream because y'all gonna piss me off if you ain't watching. But this thing about Dr. Martin Luther King being shot and not dying from the shot, he died because someone took him out in the hospital. This ain't the first time I heard this. And I'm not putting, this is a legend. This is all a legend. I'm gonna say this. That, God dang, what is his name? He's old as dirt now. God dang, who's the black dude that was with him? There was a lot of them that was with him at the time. But, oh God, I can't remember his name. That he was set up by him. It's a legend. God, I can't remember his name.
Room of St. Joseph's Hospital. And they were working on him feverishly, trying to give him life, restore his life. And Dr. Breen Bland, who was the head of neurosurgery, came into the emergency room at one point and said, "Stop working on that and let him die. Now get out of here, all of you." And he had 2 men in suits with him. And they threw everybody out of the room. And as Lula Mae Shelby was going out of she's a surgical nurse. As she was going out, she was the last one going out the door, and she was at the door, and she heard this sound. Caught her attention, so she turned around, and she saw the 3 men spit on the body of Dr. King.
Damn.
And then she saw Dr. Breen Bland, the neurosurgeon, take a pillow and put it over his head and face.
And smother him.
And
Yep.
suffocate him.
That ain't the first time I heard this.
James Earl Ray, who was convicted of killing Dr. King, why have you said before you believe he didn't act alone?
He didn't have the money.
This one here. God damn, what is his name? I heard that he set Dr. King up.
A lone killer getting out of town at 6 o'clock. Getting into Mississippi and all that. He ended up in London. He couldn't have done that by himself.
What do you think happened?
Government was very involved.
A comparison was conducted of the bullet material removed from Dr. King with the 12 test bullets that could be adequately analyzed. This comparison revealed that the gross and unique characteristic signature left on the 12 test bullets by the James Earl...
Oh, hold on. Ain't that the judge? Is this Judge Mathis? Or not Judge Mathis, one of the, the TV judges. I think that's what that is.
rifle was not present on the death bullet.
After a 5-hour interrogation of James Earl Ray that Abernathy suggested I conduct, and I did, and we all came away from that room, Abernathy, Reverend Lawson, myself, my body language expert from Harvard, We all came away from that room, even Abernathy, with no question that Ray was not the shooter. No question at all.
I wound up being the last judge hearing the James Earl Ray matter. Did he, in fact, assassinate Dr. Martin Luther King? And had he not died and his local attorney not died in close succession, it would have been my finding that he was not the gunman.
So you're saying that the James Earl Ray did not kill Martin Luther King?
No, he didn't.
Even though most people, well, he was
didn't kill him,
for it, right?
He didn't kill him.
So you think their mind was made up when they got you?
Well, it had to be made up. They couldn't. Well, I don't know if there's any penalty for extraditing someone fraudulently or not, but I think I can see their legal point where they've got to stick with their story.
That Remington 760 Game Master they've got in the Civil Rights Museum is not the murder weapon. It's not even close. And it was a two-man hit team from the fire station dormitory. It wasn't the flop house, and it wasn't in those bushes. So, yeah, I got into the deep details of Dr. King, and that 3 or 4 year period that case was kicking around in front of me.
Horrible with names.
It's interesting, the homicide file for the Memphis Police Department reaches the same conclusion back in 1968. They entered their file in protest to the DA's office. Their conclusion was that Ray is not the gunman. He was not even in Memphis that day. We know conclusively where he was.
So why do you...
No. Yeah. Know what the f*** I know. Bro, you feel me? I'm really from Hoover Street. I'm not from the Dino. I'm not from San Bernardino. I'm from West Side over, nigga. You feel me? This is real, nigga. So, nigga, on the dead homies, bro. Nigga, you had the homie over there, nigga, at your brother house. You ate a half a pound of mushrooms and you start touching him in his sleep, nigga. On my mama, nigga. And hey, look, and I'm gonna put this on my life. Say that. I'm gonna put this on my life, nigga. I ain't gotta lie, nigga. I don't need these interviews, nigga, to tell a story that happened by default. Nigga, a nigga bullied you into doing that, bro. It ain't like, and you waited till a nigga was cuffed to go kill a nigga, bro. That's pussy shit. On the dead homies, nigga, the boogeyman gonna come get you in front of the boys. Nigga, all that. Nigga not gonna wait till you're cuffed up. Nigga gonna get his
If somebody's threatening to rape you, I feel like you could just kill him. It gives a fuck if they're in cuffs.
Bro, what do you mean?
You're gonna die. I'm scared to talk bad about
what's up
devil.
with these niggas blaming everything on AI these days, bro? Y'all letting this AI nigga, the snitch nigga that told on camera, these niggas said that was AI.
Who told on camera?
Nigga, the nigga Lamont. The nigga that Gumby paid for the nigga lawyer. I swear to God, bro. Oh my life, Gumby paid for the nigga lawyer.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. All right. This is where we get stupid. What the hell did you think was gonna happen? You stepping there with a lion. What do you think? Is it gonna be a dormant? Oh, it's gonna be cute. They are natural born freaking predators. They are born to kill and consume. That's what they do. Hunt. And that's a female, if I'm not mistaken. That's exactly what they do. You a dumbass. Whatever happens to this dude, I don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously, nothing horrible. Well, extreme horrible. But something's gonna happen to him. He's a dumbass.
Hang on, wait. Just hold. Wait. Yeah. Go down. Come on.
See, that lion would have let go of me because I would have shit so bad he couldn't have stood the smell of the shit and the pee. He would have ran away because it would have been so pungent. The lion would have been like, I don't want this meat. This meat's fucked up now.
Go. Don't worry. It's just playing. It's just so freaking strong. Just lie down. Yeah. Go. Okay, just leave it.
Oh. Hey! It's biting his leg. It's biting his damn leg. It's too crazy as hell. Hey!
Yeah, man. Come on. Get out. Get out. Don't run. Hey! I'm coming. All right. Yeah.
Why spend over $4,000 on a brand new bed when you can get...
Well, this is by far the worst sand and refinishing job we have ever taken on. And we have done a ton of rough floors over the years. But once you see everything that we go through to get this little job cleaned up,
I don't care.
We had no idea who Julius Peppers was. Well, he's from like a small part of North Carolina. Julius went to like a 2A school. So the only reason we even picked him up was because we beat the brakes off his team, but he was like dunking on everybody. We're like, yo. And that 6'6" guy right there with all the muscles and the big ears, we need to pick him up, coach. I talked about everybody knew where they were ranked. We like, yo, Pep, where are you ranked? And he was like, I don't know. I don't really keep up with it. He's like, I'm actually better in football than basketball. He says he's a running back.
Running back?
We don't know that we're rocking with one of the best football players in the nation. And so we get the magazine, we look in there. He's not...
Julius Peppers was a absolute freak of nature. I think he played like 18 years in the league. And it said, I did hear this. This is then the first time I heard he was a running back in high school. He's an absolute monster, like 6'6", 280, 290. Come on. Now, maybe not in high school, but damn, he was a beast. Played 2 sports, played basketball and was a monster, and he played football, obviously All-American, and he went to the NFL, played for years in the NFL.
Ranked with running back. Like, did you mean you're like one of the best running backs in the state or the nation? He said, nation. He looks at the magazine, hands it back to us. Top. He was like had like a gold star. He had his own position. It said utility back. #1 player in the nation, able to play any and every position on the field. We said, yo, dog, I thought you said you was a running back. He said, oh, my bad, dog. I also play tight end, fullback, defensive end, linebacker. So you every back. You every back but quarterback.
Whenever they need you.
When your friend forgets to give you a blanket. Me, I have a French toast. Him, you have an egg white omelet. Me, I have an egg white omelet. Snoop sitting like he about to crib walk. I don't know what's funnier, Snoop feet. I'm not even seeing Kevin. I know a good company when I see one. The Sofa King. I'm Sofa King heavy. I'm sorry. Period. Period. I'm sorry. Me inside now, my dog. When bus drivers see each other on the road, motherfuckers in the 1700s saw this fit and said, "Yo." Me saying, "But mind you," to make my connection to the story. In fact, me waiting for the light to turn green. The guy holding the cardboard inside.
When the last time you asked your man what he liked? You asked him yesterday. What did you say? Shut your lying ass up. Yeah, call that nigga right now. Call him right now. Yeah, call him. Give me the phone. Don't say nothing. Shh.
Hello?
Hello? What up, gang?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Mojo, man, your girl down here at the comedy show. I'm on stage and I was asking a question. I had asked like ladies, I said, y'all gotta start asking your man, you know, what they like. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I see it. That nigga said, hey, get to the point, nigga. Who the fuck is Mojo? What the fuck you talking about? This bitch told me she was at work, so what's going on? Hold on, let me talk to gang real quick. You hear them people laughing and you know I ain't bullshitting. It's real shit going down at the comedy club right now. But look, I'm talking about some shit about women gotta ask their men what they like. Do you remember the last time your girl asked you what you like?
Hell no.
I appreciate you, cause you lying, bad wig, having bitch. You a liar. Talking about she asked you yesterday, gang. He said she a motherfucking lie. All right, guys. Hey, send me a DM. I'm gonna follow you on Instagram, man. Real niggas gotta stick together. Stay blessed, King.
Hell no.
I'm sorry, cause I ain't have to say that about your wig. That was unnecessary. I didn't mean that. Get that on camera.
This dude funny as hell. He be on TikTok all the time with his little skits. Skits funny as hell. Especially when look Google Mojo and the skit where he was fighting for his girl. He was like, "Did I win?" He got his ass whooped. Oh shit!
I didn't mean that. It ain't shit though.
Hey guys, update time. So remember that letter I got from the IRS? Scary?
If you think that they're not keeping money from you, then do this. Get your social security card and look on the back of it. On the back of it, there is a number, but it's gonna start with a letter, okay? Take that letter and use this list. Once you match up the letter that's on the back of your social to this list, go into an app that will let you put in your bank account information manually, okay? You can go to Amazon, you can go to Cash App, you can go to PayPal, all right? So go to them, use that number, put it in as the routing number, all right? Then take your social security number, which is supposed to be just yours, right? Put a 1 in front of it. 1, then your social security number as the account number. And I guarantee you it pops up as a account. But if I was to have an account in your name, or if somebody else was to make an account in your name, it would be fraud, right? You can't go to any other bank and they're just gonna have an account in your name. That's supposed to be fraud. So why isn't it fraud when they do it? And why haven't they told you about this account? How much is in it? When they go in it? But it's definitely an account. And for the fact that everybody has one, just go do it. You'll see.
Yeah, but what else is that gonna take?
Back to my page so you can.
Okay, but what is that gonna do for you, right? Like, can you access it? Can you tap into the account? Can you pull funds from the account? What the fuck does that mean? I don't get it.
Learn how to fucking use it. So you can learn how to play the bullshit game that they're playing. Have at it.
Ben, what is your response?
By the way, I have to let the rabbi know I'm much a Jew as he is. Born of a Jewish mother.
I heard this before. This is interesting. Pay close attention to this, because this shit is. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Remember that, so you can listen twice as much as you talk.
A Yemenite grandmother, a Yemenite Puerto Rican mother, Ethiopian Hebrew father, Beta Israel, by the way they call us.
Just so you know, the original Hebrews were driven out of Jerusalem and driven into what part of Africa was it? They were driven there. God, sound crazy. I'm sipping on that yak, y'all, so I hope that's not illegal to say. But I'm sipping on that thing tonight. Sipping on that thing tonight. Some quality bourbon, by the way. It's a quality bourbon, you know. But anyway, they were driven out of Jerusalem into Africa, and they actually have the original Torah, like real Jews. Like I have Jewish friends that actually know this shit to be fact. Just saying.
Falasha for whatever their reasons. Thus I am as much a Jew.
Ethiopia. God, what? He just said it. Ethiopia.
As the rabbi or the grand rabbi in Israel, any of the grand rabbis in Israel. Is the rabbis stating here that in the book of Genesis there is no mention of the extermination, and I use the word genocide, of the 7 tribes of the Amalekites, the Hittites, the Moabites, the Jebusites. He in his own statement stated that this is ameliorated somewhat in the book of Samuel. Everybody saw that. But the book of Samuel doesn't change the book of Genesis. And we remember that Genesis wasn't written first. It was Exodus. It's at the Council of Jamia that they decided to write Genesis. Next, since there is no Jewish race, you know, you have Indian Jews from India, from Kashim Jews look like any Indian. You have ourselves from Ethiopia. By the way, the rabbi wouldn't forget that
when you say Jew, that is a religion, not a race.
Ethiopia, or Kush. Being a rabbi, he will know this. Second, moreover, about the Bar Mitzvah, and I went through one like the rabbi went through one at around the same period of time. Is the rabbi saying that the Bar Mitzvah is not a commitment to the people? Isn't the Torah demanding? And I don't talk about the Talmud. Talmud is not Torah. The Torah is supposed to have been written by God or passed down, although it was in fact written at the Sanhedrin. The theory, the mythology, the allegories that is written by God or passed down by Moses, again is a myth. That's Jewish mythology. Because Moses is dead in around 1196 before the Christian era. Whereas the Sanhedrin doesn't release a thing called the Torah until about 700 before the Christian era, which was written from 700 before the Christian era to 500. It took 200 years. There's a commitment in anybody that any child that's been bar mitzvah, when he's talking about circumcision of women, that is strictly Western, and it has nothing to do with orthodoxy. They're using the word orthodoxy to mean something. There not been a circumcision. It can't be a circumcision of girls. But anyhow, let us continue. The point is that in the bar mitzvah, it commits the boy. If you commit yourself to the community, there's a call to return to Israel. There's a call that every child, I went through it, that you must come back to Israel. If that is not fact, the rabbi can say what he wants. His position of, or the ADL, position of fear of this. Then let's look at the behavior. It's just like saying today, you know, one time the rabbi, I don't know personally, but the ADL and all the other Jewish organizations, one time didn't even recognize that we exist as Falashas. It is something in America. American Jews have decided that they're going to speak for all Jews. And not only for all Jews, you remember they said blacks and Jews. I'm black and Jewish. You're white and Jewish. You're European. You're of European Jewish ancestry. I'm African Jewish ancestry. No more claim to Israel than I have because there's no Jewish race. Okay, let me continue. The rabbi he says that Abraham, he points to Judaism coming from Abraham. Then I said that the rabbi obviously have not read the 10 Commandments and their source. Moses is not until about 1346 before the Christian era, 49 years after the death of Amenhotep IV, otherwise known as Akhenaten. Every one of those 12 so-called commandments, and that Moses is supposed to have gotten at Mount Sinai. By the way, Mount Sinai is still in Egypt, in Africa, hasn't gone any place. Now, those 10 commandments weren't gotten by Moses. Because I'm Jewish don't mean that I have to follow the mythology. When you go in any of the major tombs in Egypt, you find those 10 commandments plus 32 more, otherwise referred to as the negative confession. I'm like to believe that Moses was born in Mizraim, Egypt, about 1346 before the Christian era. Went to school there, become a priest. At age 85 or around there, decided that somebody mistreated his people, and that in every school in Egypt, you have to recite the negative confession, 42 laws, of which they said, I have not killed man or woman, I have not stolen this, I have not, every one of the so-called 10 commandments is already stated that Moses didn't say it. I would like the rabbi to tell me, where does it show that Abraham taught any of this? I would like the rabbi to tell me, before circumcision in Egypt, where did the Jews have circumcision? They said that Abraham's circumcision is part of what made him Jewish. Then the rabbi must tell me, the worship of the golden calf, which they call the golden calf, isn't that the worship of Hathor, the goddess Hathor? We could go on down.
Well, before we go on, Dr. Mann, let me just intrude.
Guys, squeebons kabila.
موجود.
Yeah.
Oh God!
He's never done that. That's fucked up.
I live in rural Arkansas.
First of all, let me just say this. I'm not ashamed to say it. One of the first times I ever went bowling, I actually went onto the lane. I didn't know how slippery that motherfucker was. God damn. Both my feet went whoop. Head went. That was horrible.
And if you don't understand why people in rural Arkansas or rural America vote Republican, it's because of fear and jealousy. Jealousy that somebody has it better than they do, that they work their asses off, and most of them do. More education, because the education here is at the bottom of the tier. Maternal mortality, low. Education, low. Quality of living, low. Infrastructure, super low. There's no industry, there's no hope for these young kids in rural Arkansas to have a job. We had a chance to vote Chris Jones, an actual rocket scientist like myself who was educated and had a plan to bring jobs and infrastructure to Arkansas. But the people I talked to in rural Arkansas would not vote for him because of his color of his skin. And they weren't nice when they described the color of his skin. So they voted for a sycophant, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who is treating this like her personal money bank. There is no infrastructure here. The roads are shit. You can drive 2 hours. So my closest grocery store, besides Walmart, is 2 hours away. So if I go that 2 hours to go to that grocery store, the roads I have to take are barely have enough room for two people to pass each other. There is no cell phone coverage for over an hour and a half of that ride. And there's no hope to get those roads fixed anytime soon because there's no money. I say that, but lo and behold, what did Sarah do as of July of 2025? She has loaned and bought $55 million worth of Israeli bonds. So she's loaned Israel $55 million with a catch to give them a...
Listen. I might offend a lot of people when I say this. I realize there's two things you don't discuss, religion and politics, but whatever. Since this is the video, I'm responding to the video. Us getting involved in this Israeli conflict is the dumbest freaking thing we could do. We're putting our own selves at risk. But when we potentially are using, like she said, these congressmen, these senators, using the people as their own personal bank account, It is a absolute travesty. There's nothing we can do about it though. Like, what can we truly do to stop these politicians from exploiting the people, which they are supposed to be representing? Like, you go into Congress, you go into, politics. Maybe you don't have any money. Maybe your family does have money. Then when you leave, let's say you get elected, you leave, you're miraculously a millionaire. How does that happen? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Something's got to give.
100 more million by the end of the year. When her people are fucking starving, they have no medical care. Hell, most teenage girls here are living at home pregnant with their moms. And they're living at home with their moms and their boyfriends. Because that's how rural America lives. There's nothing for these kids to look forward to. So why would they ever?
Why don't we invest in trade schools? The trades are dying. Absolutely freaking dying. And they're in severe need. HVAC, electrical, carpentry, plumbing, you name it. There is a dire need for that. Mechanics. Tailors, craftsmen, or craftswomen, whatever you want to put it. Where is that at? Seamstresses, because not everybody's going to be a rocket scientist like this lady. She's a rocket scientist, but she's a farmer, so obviously she's a farmer. Not everybody's going to be a rocket scientist. Not everybody's going to be a doctor. Not everybody's going to be an attorney. Not everybody's going to be an engineer. What about the other things that are needed in this world? What the hell? Why don't we invest in that and cultivate that with these young kids in high school, middle school, high school, all these things? Where the hell is that shit at? I'm ashamed.
Vote Republican, because that's what they're told to do. $150 million would go a long way to feed, get medical attention, and up our so that our children here in Arkansas don't die in infancy and the mothers don't die in childbirth. And that is rural America. Fuck Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She is the worst governor okay, she's second. Our neighbor Texas Abbott is worse, but she's a close second.
I often hear permanent dental implants are expensive.
So this is how I lost $50,000 trading meme coins. So about 5 months ago, I saw this YouTube video about a guy making a lot of money with meme coins. His name was Orangey. Again, if you're in the space, you know who this guy is. You probably see him all over TikTok. He's the biggest meme coin trader there is, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, this guy had a Discord group, and basically I joined it for like $100 a month. And at first it was good. So you join, and there's his voice chat, and there's like 30 to 50 people in there just talking
I don't know
about
how you lose 50 grand. You crazy as hell.
Everyone's sharing your screen. It's all equal and fun. And this is where it gets a little bit sketchy, and I don't want to throw any shade to Orangey. I think he's a good guy. Now, in these voice chats, every single day, there's this guy, and we'll call him Robert. Now, Robert is basically Orangey's right-hand man. He basically manages all the voice chats and stuff. Now, I'm going to be honest, Robert was not a very good trader, okay? So I would go into these voice chats every single day, and Robert would just be complaining about how he lost money that day. Every single day, he would lose money, okay? There was not one single day where I saw him profitable. About a month later, Potion is at its peak.
Then that makes you stupid, bro.
Hundreds and hundreds of people joining every single day. So at this time, because there's so many people, Orangey and Robert decide that instead of voice chats, they're going to put him on a Discord stage. And basically what a Discord stage is, he's the only one able to talk, and he's the only one able to share his screen, right? So at this point, it's basically just a Twitch stream where Robert's getting 300 viewers every single day. Now, as soon as Potion switched to stage only, Robert's wallet skyrocketed, okay? Remember when I told you he was making $0 and he was losing money? No, not anymore. This kid was balling, all right? I remember checking his wallet, was making like $4 grand every single day.
Damn.
I remember one time he made like $30,000 in one day. So now we have a system where these brand new traders joining every single day hop in and they see this guy streaming and making a lot of money. So naturally, the new traders are just straight up just gonna copy trade them, and they're gonna lose money, right? And it's gonna take them a couple days to realize what's happening, right? I even remember this one scenario where Robert basically hiked up a coin. It was this random coin. He basically said shit like, it was going to the moon, guys, blah, 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 okay? The coin hit $70,000, okay? Keep in mind this guy bought in at 5K, right? So he owned a lot of the supply. As soon as it was about to bond, this guy dumps every single penny he had in the coin and it goes to zero, okay?
Oh my
you
God.
literally saw the chart go straight up, right?
And
as soon as
plummet.
he sold,
That's what happens.
everyone
You gotta
sold
be
with
careful,
okay?
man.
The coin went to zero and everyone lost money except for him, all right? And people were like really mad at him, okay? Because that was just
You think?
copy trade dumping on, you know what I'm saying? That was blatant. So a month later, this kid has been on stage every single day for a month with 300 viewers every single day. I remember checking his wallet. This guy was up, I kid you not, this guy was up $300,000 fucking dollars. $300,000 in profit. And I can't lie, I was hella jealous, bro. I was jealous as fuck that this kid basically made my net worth in 2 months, okay? So at this point, I've realized that the only way to make money in meme coins is if you have copy traders, right? And basically, if you don't have copy traders, you're losing money, okay? And if you don't believe me, I remember every single day, I would go in the Discord chat, hop into a random call, and just be like, yo, is anyone up today? Everyone said no. Not a single person was up money, okay? Everyone was down money. And yes, I lost 50 grand, and that sucks. At the time, I was making a lot of money with ecom, so I was financially stable. But these other people that were in the Discord group were not. They were not my position, okay? These were like fresh, brand new kids out of high school. Some of them were taking gap year. Some of them dropped out of college just to pursue meme coin trading. The truth is that you're probably just not going to make money with meme coins whatsoever unless you have some type of following. But yeah, other than that, you're not going to make money.
I wouldn't say that, dude. Meme coins make money. You just got to find the right ones. You got to invest in the right ones. So that's not true.
How you guys doing today?
Don't. He got fucked, and he knew some people got fucked. But don't. Meme coins. I make money on meme coins. Meme coins make money.
It could be terrible. It could just be that he's drawing, like he's a terrible, he can't draw.
So much pressure, I'm scared now. What was you guys' first reaction when you got the call to join the Jurassic franchise?
I now cannot stop staring at you.
I know.
want to know.
I can't stop posing. I'm like,
yeah, I'm like.
I want to create a nice shape for you.
Oh, this dude is a hell of an artist. He's blowing up now.
Well, actually, I screamed and I was so excited.
Me too. I was so excited. It was one of the greatest calls of my life. I actually was very excited.
It's unbelievable.
Should we not be moving as much?
Yeah, we
okay.
make
Which move are you on?
Okay, fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, this is the story of how I found out. You kept
basically.
You kept it a secret, didn't you?
I did keep it a secret. I think I was so. I was so excited. I actually didn't tell anybody because I don't know why, I just felt so scared to share the news because I guess I felt like.
Scarlett Johansson is one of my. She's a crush. She's beautiful. I don't know if I like how comfortable she is with this guy, but that's Hollywood. You know, you got Colin Jost, I think is her husband. Boyfriend, husband. I think it's a husband now. I don't know how. I wouldn't be too excited about this, but you know, it is what it is.
If I shared it, it would like disappear or something.
Yeah.
I was so blown away, and then also we had to leave like kind of soon after we were cast. I felt like 6 weeks later we were in Thailand.
We were there, and we met
washed up
on
a
the day,
beach.
almost on the day, didn't we?
We're giving you too much time to draw and not enough time to talk because I feel like the challenge is also you talking.
Yeah.
I'm just adding details.
Okay.
But what was the weather like in Thailand?
Yeah, the weather was pretty challenging actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing country, amazing food, amazing people, amazing landscapes, and
Amazing
terrains.
monsoon.
And an amazing monsoon
Yeah.
to go with it. Yeah.
The
Quite-
food was so good, right?
Yeah, food was great. People are lovely. Gorgeous setting. Lots of rain. And the humidity was 1,000,000%. And that made shooting more challenging.
So this film introduces all new characters. How would you describe your roles in their dynamic?
Well, Henry and Zora get on like a house on fire.
They do. They're besties.
They are besties.
They are besties and beyond. Besties
Yeah,
and beyond.
I don't like how she's looking at him, how he's looking at her. If I was calling Jost, I'd whoop his ass just to be on the safe side.
They're both passionate people. They're both good people, kind people.
Yeah.
And I think they're curious people.
There's a big question about morality within human existence, within science. And I think that's at the heart of the three with Mahershala, bringing the experience, the different life experiences that they have on this one excursion, and they are all sort of bettered by experiencing it with each other, much like us meeting on
That's right.
Do you remember those? Did you learn to draw with those wooden?
Oh yeah. Should we be in that position?
Put your legs around your, wrap them around your head quickly.
Quick. Go.
Did you guys grow up watching the original Jurassic Park movies?
Yes.
We did, yeah.
I saw the first Jurassic Park movie in the theater when I was 9.
I actually watched it again the first weekend we got to Thailand. I started watching it and I had such a sort of dry heave.
Oh my God, I'm old as hell.
I couldn't carry on.
She watched the first one when she was 9. Jesus.
Helicopter shot arriving, and I was like,
It gets you every time.
It does.
I think I remember you saying that.
yeah. I was just, because I was sort of desperate to. It's just unfathomable, isn't it? Being able to be a part.
This
of
motherfucker got some skills.
Yeah.
And so when I was there, we were in Thailand, and we'd worked out the characters, and we'd got a couple of scenes under our belt, and then I was like, but I want to feel more. And then it just came out, and so it's all in there.
It's
We're
all
gonna
in
have
there.
a big weep as soon as at the end of the press tour.
I'm sure we will actually.
Although I did cry. Have you had an emotional moment watching it yet?
Yes.
Yeah. I cried at the London premiere.
What's it like stepping into a world with such a massive fan base and legacy?
Well, it's exciting because the fan base, Brycey told you that the fans are amazing.
Yes.
And which they obviously are. And to be fans of the franchise already going into it helps because I feel like we're sort of part of them.
Yeah, you're kind of meeting people that share the same enthusiasm as you. So like when people tell me that they're excited about the movie, I say, me too, which is a genuine thing. It's so great to be able to talk about a movie that you really love and are proud of. I've been so excited for Jurassic fans to see the movie because I think they're really gonna love it. And I say that because I am one.
Totally.
What was the funnest scene to film for you guys?
We had lots of fun scenes.
Yeah.
Fun moments.
We did. We laughed a lot. Also because there were so many insane things that we did that were just hysterical and crazy. I mean, I really loved shooting the Quetzalcoatlus scene in that huge because it was just hilarious to see you in that thing. And then I think on day 3 we were like losing our minds.
But you know, on a film like this, you just get so desensitized. The first couple of days, you're like, wow, I can't believe it. Wow.
Like, wow, you're in this nest. It's so incredible.
Crazy. And then by the end, it was just me sat on a few eggs in a big nest, ready for the next day.
You're like drinking a protein shake and sitting on a bunch of eggs.
You kicking a dinosaur in the head. In a self-defensive way.
What makes the film different from the past Jurassic?
Yeah, I'm not feeling how she's feeling this dude. Don't judge. You need to check this cat. You need to check him.
And this movie has.
You can just check her too, because it's some bullshit.
So different than any of the other films, in a wonderful way.
And the dinosaurs are scary, and the story is really simple, which I think allows you to really understand the structure of it, and then just relish the moments of success and obviously loss for the characters that you see on.
How's your drawing coming along?
I think I'm actually done. If you guys want to see it.
Yeah, I do.
Let me see.
But
I hope this has been a big old prank.
Yeah, I'm gonna close my eyes.
I'm kind of
nervous. Tell me when to turn it.
But I'm super excited for the movie coming out.
we both
July 2nd.
Yeah, we're gonna see it at the same time. Get ready? Tell us when.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
What?
No way.
No way.
You guys can rock paper scissors for it.
Wait, what did you do? How did you do that?
That is incredible.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you so much.
I look great with a beard.
So who's gonna keep it?
Who's gonna keep it?
You. Why don't you cut it in the middle, and I'm gonna get that put on a t-shirt, and I'll wear it in Korea.
I'm gonna get that one put on my cape. It's pretty good.
What did she say?
Thank you.
Who's gonna keep it?
You. Why don't you cut it in the middle, and I'm gonna get that put on a t-shirt, and I'll wear it in Korea.
I'm gonna get that one put on my cape.
On my cape.
It's pretty good. Right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is incredible.
Fun. Thank you so much.
Just to drop an absolute masterpiece and then leave.
Yeah.
Keep smiling.
Dude is tight with his skills.
So, a lot of you might call yourself a genius, which is not realistic for everyone. The reality is, if
slavery was so long ago, none of that matters.
Harrison
Okay,
Ruffin Tyler,
explain this.
10th
May I introduce to you
US
Harrison
president in a long
Ruffin
time,
Tyler, the grandson
Rich
of the
Monger dies
10th
in
U.S.
96.
president, John Tyler. He just kicked the bucket 3 days ago. And for all of my visual learners, we are here. We are right here. John Tyler is way up here. And I know you're saying, Andre, how is this possible? Well, it's simple. Here's John Tyler, the 10th president of the United States. He served from 1841 to
Didn't know nothing
1845,
about him.
and he waited until very late in life to stop having children. He would die in 1862 at the age of 71. Would have his final child at the age of 62 in
like a motherfucking
1853.
rabbit.
That was Lyon Gardner Tyler, who would also wait very late in life to stop having children. He wouldn't die until 1935 at the age of 81, but had his final child in 1928. And that's how we get here. The generational wealth from the 1840s followed him well into the 21st century. In 2001, he donated $5 million and 22,000 books to the College of William and Mary. In 2021, they renamed their history department after him. Spent his life as an investor and a preservationist. In 1975, oversaw the restoration of the family's plantation.
You guys.
Micro-retirement is now possible with AI. Stop waiting, start living. So this is how I became the most dangerous person in the room. One habit change.
I've been kicked out of a lot of bars in my life. I feel like that didn't need to be said to be understood.
Sing it. I like my Michael Bublé's version. I think that's what he's singing to.
We both know
That is wrong.
but it's
Much too strong to let it go now. Sing it.
We gotta be extra careful that we don't build our hopes. We don't build our hopes up too high.
Yep. So let me get this straight. You're telling me I don't have to spend countless hours consolidating?
The Dallas Cowboys were aware that in Wichita Falls, Texas, there are not a whole bunch of black barbers. So every week they would bring in this guy, Vinny. And Vinny was a black man at a black barber, and he would drive 2.5 hours to Wichita Falls, Texas to cut the player's hair. And he would set up a chair in a dorm room. And one by one, the Cowboys would get their hair cut by Vinny. The black Cowboy players would get their hair cut by Vinny. There's a defensive back named Charlie Williams. He sits down, trim, shave, sides, cut. The second guy to enter the barber seat was an offensive lineman named Everett McIver. And Everett McIver was a guy, just kind of a journeyman. Played for the Chargers, played for the Dolphins, played a little bit for the Jets. And Everett McIver sits in the chair. And he sits back in the barber chair, as you would do. And if I had hair, I would sit back in a barber chair, right? Well, McIver's in the chair, and Michael Irvin goes, seniority. And Everett McIver's. And Irvin's like, f***ing seniority. And Everett McIver's like, are you talking to me? Michael Irvin says, get the fuck out of the chair. Everett McIver's not a rookie. Like, this isn't how you treat a non-rookie, right? Everett McIver's not a rookie. And a bunch of the other offensive linemen are in the room. And one of them goes, yo, E, do not get out of that fucking chair. Michael Irvin's like, get the fuck out of the chair. It's my turn. Everett McIver's like, I'm not getting out of this fucking chair. And Irvin's like, get the fuck out of the chair. And Everett McIver, who's, big guy, 300 pounds, stands up, pushes Michael Irvin. And Michael Irvin's like, did this motherfucker just push me? And now everyone's egging on everyone, right? He fucking just pushed you. And the offensive linemen are like, fucking fuck you, Mike. And McIver's like all, buffed up and everything. He's not backing down. Michael Irvin grabs a pair of barber scissors and does this with his right hand, pulls back and slashes Everett McIver's neck. Everett McIver falls. And blood is everywhere. Blood is everywhere. And Everett McIver is on the ground with blood. And players run out and they're calling for trainers to come in. And Michael Irvin is stunned that he did this. Stabbing a teammate with a pair of barber scissors in the neck is a crime. And if this gets out, Michael Irvin is going to somewhere. There's no doubt about it. You will be charged with, I don't know, manslaughter, attempted murder, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know. So the Cowboys do, I wouldn't say the ethical thing, but the wise thing. And they basically pay Everett McIver a decent amount of money not to say anything. make sure nobody in the team says anything, and nobody ever finds out about scissors to the neck.
Damn. Michael Irvin was a
Right, I've got
fucking
my
asshole.
cap on, which means we are about to go into the depths of a rabbit hole. I hope you're ready. We are going to dive into the Dubin family's connection to Jeffrey because it is a perfect example of how wealthy and powerful people enabled Jeffrey's depraved desires, even if it came at the detriment of their own children. Just the other day, we talked about how Jeffrey always had access to teens, babies, and children outside of the children that he was procuring to SA and allow his friends to SA for his own profit because of his friends who would often shamelessly bring their children around him, the same president included. And I want to specifically zero in on the Dubin family connection because this is like the epitome, the blueprint of how money can corrupt your ethics and your morality. I think that there are many parents who were in Jeffrey's network who behaved in this way. So let's start at the very beginning of this story. We're rewinding back to the 70s when a young Swedish woman who was about 18 years old named Eva Anderson was walking down
This
the
is gonna be
streets
my
of
last
New York
stream
when she
right
caught
here,
the eye
last
of two
video,
individuals,
'cause
the founders
I'm
of
tired.
Ford Models, Eileen Ford and her husband Gerald W. Ford. The couple thought Eva was absolutely stunning. They stopped her while she was walking down the street, began talking to her, and recruited her to become a Ford model. Working as a Ford model gave Eva a lot of opportunities, and she would eventually begin dabbling in the pageant world. Eva participated in Miss Sweden 1980, where she would take home the title, followed by her great success in Miss Universe 1980, where she would come in the fourth runner-up. At the height of Eva's success, she would cross paths with a figure who was becoming increasingly well-known in New York City, Jeffrey. While we don't know for sure how these two actually met, Eva being a successful model in New York City and Jeffrey being a socialite, I imagine their social circles crossed paths at some point. The couple began dating in the early 80s and they would have an on-again, off-again romantic relationship for about 11 years. On top of being an already successful model, Eva had ambitions to become a physician, and Jeffrey would pay Eva's way through medical school, which allowed her to become a licensed physician in
How did he get his money anyway?
States. Now,
That's the
jumping
question.
Forward a little bit to the early 1990s. A hedge fund and capital investment manager named Glenn Dubin saw Eva modeling in the page 6 section and was immediately smitten. Now, for the sake of brevity, I'm not going to go too far into Glenn Dubin's background, but there is one thing that I want you guys to remember. In 1984, Glenn Dubin and his childhood friend started a capital investment management firm. In 2004, Glenn and his childhood friend's company was sold to JP Morgan for $1.3 billion.
What year was
Put a
this?
pin in that, because it'll be very
No,
important
fuck
later.
that.
I won't go
Dang.
through Glenn's whole resume, but he has founded and funded many companies and foundations that involve oil, energy, medical, and scientific research. He's also a major political donor. He has donated in the past to Democratic presidential campaign. And just recently, in this past presidential race, he donated $100,000 to Vivek Ramaswamy's Republican presidential campaign. Glenn Dubin is also a major donor to Harvard. Just keep that also in the back of your mind. Referring back to the timeline, when Jeffrey and Eva were in a relationship, before Glenn had ever laid eyes on Eva, Glenn Dubin was in a relationship and briefly married to a woman named Elizabeth Saltzman. And Elizabeth Saltzman is a well-known stylist, and she got her big break into the industry when she began working at Vogue and Vanity Fair in the early 90s. If you're not familiar with the name Elizabeth Saltzman is a known close associate of Ghislaine Maxwell, and they have been very close friends since the early 90s at least. Here's an old newspaper clipping that discusses Elizabeth Saltzman just after her divorce from Glenn Dubin. Their marriage was very short-lived. It was only about 2 years long. I don't know if you guys can see, but in this article, editor of Vogue, Anna Wintour, even comments about how well-connected Elizabeth Saltzman is and how she seems to know everybody. Here's a newspaper clipping from the Daily Sun circa 1992, in which we can see Ghislaine Maxwell, Elizabeth Saltzman, Russell Simmons, and many others were seen partying together alongside Ford Models, the same modeling agency that scouted Eva Anderson walking down the streets of New York City. Here's another newspaper clipping from 1995 where Ghislaine Maxwell and Elizabeth Saltzman were seen partying together again. Here is Elizabeth Saltzman's name in the little black book that I think we have all began to understand was more likely Ghislaine's than Jeffrey's. Here's Elizabeth Saltzman with Prince Andrew. Here's Elizabeth Saltzman with Harvey Weinstein. Here's Elizabeth Saltzman with her boss, Graydon Carter, who was the editor of Vanity Fair from 1992 to 2017. And at this same event, we can see Ghislaine Maxwell with an obvious hairpiece hugging Graydon Carter while Harvey Weinstein lingers in the back. It is widely believed that Elizabeth Saltzman was Ghislaine Maxwell's kind of like foot in the door into the high fashion social circles as well as the entertainment social circles. And Elizabeth Saltzman is not the main focus of this situation, but I think that is a very interesting connection that was within the Dubin family. But after Glenn and Elizabeth Saltzman divorced, Glenn would see Eva modeling and wanted her. At this point in time, Eva was still close with Jeffrey. They were not in a romantic relationship at this time. Jeffrey's main girlfriend was Ghislaine Maxwell. Long story short, Glenn reached out to Eva. The two of them met, began a romance, and were married by 1994. The couple would then go on to have 3 children together: Selena Dubin, Jordan Dubin, and Maya Dubin. Even after Glenn and Eva had wed and began starting a family, they still remained very close with Jeffrey. Party together, socialize together, and even do business together. Do you remember that JP Morgan Chase purchase of Glenn's company that we talked about earlier? The acquisition that made him a billionaire? Jeffrey was the one who was responsible for introducing Glenn Dubin to the CEO of JP Morgan Chase at the time, Jess Staley. And Jeffrey was the middleman who made the deal between Glenn Dubin and JP Morgan Chase that made Glenn Dubin a billionaire. And remember, this sale happened in 2004, so Glenn and Eva had been married for at least 10 years and had 3 children at this point. Out of the over $1 billion that Glenn was paid for this acquisition, Jeffrey was paid $15 million by Glenn Dubin for simply facilitating the deal. Jeffrey made these people billionaires, and because of that, he walked around with the presumption that the Dubin family was indebted to him. Not just indebted to him at the highest level, in the form of their firstborn daughter. Go to part 2 and I will explain to you how Eva and Glenn failed their children for the love of money.
Alright, so this is the list that everybody's been asking for. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your social security card and you're gonna look on the back of it. There's a number, but that number starts with a letter. One of these letters right here. So you're gonna take that letter and you're gonna take these numbers, whichever number it matches up to, and you're gonna go to like Amazon. It's probably gonna be the easiest. And you're gonna go to payment method, add payment method. Then you're gonna add a bank. It's gonna tell you to add the routing number and the account number. Sorry. You're gonna use the letter and whatever numbers are in green as the routing number. Then you're gonna use a 1 and then your social security number, whatever that is, I don't want to know, but a 1 in front of your social security number as the account number, and let me know what you get, because if you got what I got.
When white people see my posts about racism in America, frequently they say, I didn't know. When black people see these comments, they say, we already know. There is no way you didn't know. Don't pretend you didn't. This disconnect is really hard to explain, and I've been trying to understand it myself. I'm going to be digging into this really deep because I think it's so important. It's not that we're just oblivious white people. It's that we've been groomed to be oblivious white people. People point out that it's not like this stuff is locked in some vault somewhere. It's available. You can see it. And that's true. But we were trained not to ask questions. We were trained not to look for it. And I see it in my family. I see it in my circle of friends, even some of my friends that are pretty progressive. We have this ingrained training to not ask too many questions. We were taught to trust authority figures, teachers, ministers, police officers, politicians, the anchor guy on the evening news.
We're gonna go a little longer.
We believed them because we were groomed from childhood to believe that they were trustworthy. We were not taught that the system itself, the system they were part of, was designed to protect itself first. And frankly, it felt good just to trust them. It's like you had this permanent mommy and daddy figure. It made life feel safe. The gaps in white knowledge were filled in with lies. We were told that poor people were lazy, that's why they're poor. That crime existed in black neighborhoods because they were black neighborhoods. That broken families cause poverty. These ideas were not questioned. They were treated as common sense. And we were started with our grooming as infants, as little tiny babies, as little bitty kids that are impressionable and just forming our ideas about the world. So that was our social foundation. We were told that black people can't keep their marriages together. I was even told that the reason they couldn't keep their marriages together was because of how they were treated during slavery. So out of one side of their mouth, they'd say, wasn't that horrible that families were split up during slavery? But now that has just become part of who they are. And so it's their fault. I don't know, it didn't make sense to me either. We also were not told that welfare benefits were not available if there was a man in the house.
That's right.
A black woman.
That's true.
Working 2 jobs who still needed support to raise her children could not have a husband or partner living in the house with her. And of course we were taught that that was their fault because they couldn't keep their marriages together. As we were growing up and we started to repeat these beliefs, we were seen as respectful and well-adjusted. I don't know, are you getting pissed off? I'm getting pissed off just going through this again. We were guided by the TV news and movies and TV shows to care when white people suffered and to disconnect from the pain of other people. We were taught to feel patriotic about our country without questioning whether they were being truthful with us about why we should feel such patriotism. When we asked those white authority figures that we were taught to trust, we were lied to. Now, when black people give us honest answers, we don't fully trust them. It's not about ignorance, it's about conditioning. My education is in behavior analysis, and that's how that works. You just expose someone to a social system that supports a certain line of thinking, and you fall for it, especially if you are started out as a young kid being taught all that stuff, and that's what happens to all of us. We were taught that silence is polite and that truth about society is rude or inappropriate. And as a girl that went to a fundamentalist Christian church, that was even more so. You don't ask questions that are going to make people uncomfortable. But that comfort, you see, it kept us obedient. It kept us from asking too many questions. It kept us from wanting to do anything about it because we didn't fully understand that there was something that needed to be done. We were used to preserve a system that depended on our own silence. It kept us from befriending Black people. It kept us from knowing what the hell we thought we knew about those people. So when white people say, I didn't know about any of this, understand what that really means. We were trained not to look. We were trained to believe the stories that we were told by the authority figures. We were shaped by a system that used your trust against you. We were trained to look away. And now we have a choice. White people, we need to get angry about being kept in the dark all these years so that together with our Black neighbors and neighbors of all races, we can break down this oppressive system that has brought us here to the point of fascism. Check the caption for some documentaries to help you get started learning. We need to really get curious.
How I got multiple videos to hit 1 million views by just changing one thing. I used to say iTool that every successful creator on TikTok is using, and it's called High Social. But here's the crazy part. This AI thing is better than the TikTok algorithm because it actually puts your...
You want to know when the shit's gonna get real for the millennials? When they have to start paying their own bills.
Start? You think things are gonna start to get real? How old do you think millennials are? Real quick, Florida man with the bad skin because no one's ever told you to wear sunscreen or put on lotion or not be racist. Real quick, how old do you think millennials are? I'll let that run through your head real fast. 29 to 44 years old, buddy. 29 to 44 years old. I'm 41 years old. I'm a fucking millennial. You want to talk about shit starting to get real? You want to talk about paying bills? My generation's been paying bills for shit that your generation voted in. I was a senior when 9/11 happened. I was entering the workforce, just had a brand new good job, right when the economy fucking crashed in 2008. You know when that was? You know how long ago 2008 was? 17 years ago! The youngest fucking Gen Z kids are 17 now! You out here, oh look at me, I'm Gen X, I know something. Oh, these millennials. You're thinking about children! You're an old man, looking into your phone, in your front lawn, thinking about how you're bigger than children! Because you have nothing to show with your own life!
Well, he seems pretty passionate about what he's saying.
Fucking mortgage, I pay for the fucking health care for my family, I have a fucking baby, I have a fucking wife, I've had responsibilities for 23 fucking years! What do you have? You have a hat with another man's name written on it, sitting on your forehead. Why don't you think about when shit's gonna get real for you instead of picturing imaginary people in your head that you can keep getting fucking mad at as your life stays pathetic?
Oh yeah, Devon Rodriguez, and I guess I'm like an influencer, so I'm not part of an outlet.
You're your own outlet.
Yeah, I'm my own.
This dude
TikTok
is
thing.
he's doing artwork
So
for
I'm sitting here with
famous
Anna de
fucking
Armas,
people.
the star
I'm proud of this
ballerina. How you
dude.
doing today?
I'm good. How are
That's
you?
awesome.
Doing good. So what drew you to the role of Eva Picaro in Ballerina?
I wanted to be a part of the franchise. I love the John.
All right, she's fine as hell. She played in that movie with Ben Affleck where I think she was married to him, but she was screwing all these other people and seeing his reaction. It was crazy. That movie was crazy. I don't remember the name of it, but she also plays in this Ballerina movie, which is an offshoot of the John Wick series. And I haven't seen that yet, but she's bad.
Wick films. I love Keanu, and when I read the script for the first time, I really liked Eve Picaro. So, and it was just like I was really excited to be a part of the world of John Wick and to be like to have like my own action.
It was so cool. You look like such a badass up there.
Thank you.
How did you prepare for that, for all the action?
Months of work, a lot of training, strength training, then with the stunt team, many hours a day with the stunt team, and then gun training. I had to go through, all the weapons that the character uses in the film and just practice with all of them and feel really comfortable and confident with them. It was exhausting. It was a long process, but I enjoyed it very much. I had a lot of fun with it.
Did you do any of your own stunts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like?
She's
working with
another
Keanu Reeves
guilty
again?
pleasure. I mean, I like.
Great. I have a great time with him. He leads by example. He's such a good partner on set. He's so patient. He really gives the other actors their space and their moment, and he's just, he's very supportive.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's just really nice. It makes you feel like you're taking your own space. You're having your time to figure it out whatever's going on, and he.
If you don't know who this guy is, this guy had made his bones on social media, just drawing people on the street.
Well, it is
now this
like
dude
it
is
felt to me like a
supremely
very organic
famous. How many
extension of it,
followers
and-
this guy got? I'm sorry, I gotta look. Oh my fucking god! 34 million followers.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Stephon Rodriguez, and I get.
And with the stunt team,
Let's
every
get back to it.
moment, and he's just John Wick has
sorry.
been trying
I had to do
get
that.
out, and he's one
34 million followers on TikTok.
It's really cool. It's an origin
crazy.
story. We see how she
All from
trained,
just
how
drawing people on the
she
street
became
and
part of
having
the
someone
Bronx
film
Paloma,
it.
which
This guy's
we see
incredible.
What her story is. We see characters that we already know, and then new people. Yeah, it just feels like a good extension of the world. Yeah.
What would you say was your favorite scenes of film?
Well, definitely the one with Keanu, for sure. I also love the grenade fight.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
That is really cool. And the fire, of the last scene, the flamethrower.
Damn, this dude
scene
is
really
skillful.
epic.
Oh, with the.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was something I had never seen before, and I never thought I was gonna do something like that. It was really cool to just like.
Did you
Fire
feel-
is scary,
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you
and it
feel
was
the heat?
actually practical. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you feel everything.
Right.
You feel everything. It's kind of crazy also too, even though this is the best of the best people doing, fire stunts. When you burn someone, it's kind of crazy,
I know, it looks so intense, like, and it
It
goes
is
so
intense,
far. Right?
yes, yeah.
How does it feel to represent such a strong Latina in an action film?
It feels great. It is wonderful to be doing the work I'm doing, and if there's any inspiration in what I do, like, all I want is more women and more.
I don't think
Latinas
he's even
to
using.
do
He's
what
done
I'm
drawing us. Like, I don't even think that's real.
Viene de Cuba,
What he's
¿verdad?
doing, like he's just
Wow,
not even
that's
touching.
amazing, everything you did.
See.
So
But I
what
know he's
excites you
doing the
the
real
most
hard
about
work.
the
These
release of
motherfuckers.
Ballerina?
I don't
It's
know. I'm
awesome.
just so proud of the movie. I want it out. I want
Yeah.
people to see it. I want to share it with the world, and I think that fans are gonna love it, and they're gonna have a great time in the theaters.
Absolutely, I had the best time watching it. I can't
Yeah.
wait till people see it.
Yes.
All right, I'm done with the drawing. If you want to check it out, here you go.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You just did this?
That motherfucker's
And
awesome.
I got you a second drawing too, because I heard that you love dogs and you're a dog
This
person.
is crazy.
So I got you.
Oh my
baby.
god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I wanted to give you that gift. Thank you.
This is so beautiful. Now you're really making me cry with this. This is amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
This
Yeah, they
is
told me like she loves her dog so much. So I was
Yeah,
like,
I
let me give her
do.
this gift.
My little man. I love it.
Love you, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
Gracias por todo.
Gracias. Qué lindo.
I finished my entire financial statements in under 5 minutes. Yes, it's literally that fast with data rails.
Shut up.
So should I tell him?
Shut up.
Years later, I had 60
I
boxes
use
of
people to get
folders
ahead of
and
that.
tapes.
Ah, shut up.
All right,
Start
stop
making money
scrolling
with-
for 60.
shut up. I was trying to run a video. Shut up. This man's
What are
name
we
is Robert
doing?
Arnold, and it may be one of the
We're
greatest
building
speeches
cages
ever.
in swamps and calling it policy.
Shut up.
I didn't say that. I have no dealing with him.
Want to boost sales without spending
Oh my God.
Hearts full of glass, my mind of stone. Tear me to pieces.
Oh, this is what's her name? It's the cover of
Isn't it lovely? Hearts full
what's that girl who's like real morbid? The singing is morbid. Sing that shit. Damn. Damn, bro. Motherfucker sing this shit out that song.
My gecko's chilling.
Stop buying courses.
The Native Americans thought they got away. They thought they got away, but guess what? I'm on your ass. I'm on your motherfucking ass. Listen, y'all are not ready for this one. And at this point, y'all gonna have to start paying me for these ass whoopings.
Well, what the fuck you saying?
Y'all gonna have to start paying me. This is my Cash App. So the Native Americans don't understand why Walter Plecker was so important to our history, and I'm going to explain it to you today. For those who don't know who Walter Plecker is, we're going to go over it, but he was a major factor in the Racial Integrity Act of 1924. He is actually the person who was designated as the head of the Bureau of Vital Statistics in the state of Virginia. Now, the Native Americans are still wondering, why is he so important? Have y'all hit that Cash App yet? Walter Ashby Plecker, you did your big one, my boy. You did, but I caught your ass. Walter Plecker was a OBGYN to start with. He took a special interest in delivering babies, educating midwives, developing a simple use-at-home incubator, and working to reduce by half the 5% birth mortality rates among the poor. He also kept records to search for ways to improve birthing, a goal made more difficult by the fact that most people were born and unalived at home. Y'all stay with me. Stay with me.
I'm trying.
It says in 1912, Virginia lawmakers established the Bureau of Vital Statistics. That is where you get your birth certificates from.
Okay.
And designated Plecker to serve as its head.
Okay.
Are you staying with me? The Bureau ensured that from 1912 onward, all babies born in Virginia received birth certificates and that the certificates included racial designations, usually supplied by the midwives who delivered the babies. Remember, all babies were born at home prior to birth certificates being administered. Once the birth certificates started to become administered, that's when babies started to become or being birthed at hospitals. Plecker's goal as registrar were initially laudable. He kept midwives under close supervision to make sure their procedures were sanitary. When Virginia passed the Racial Integrity Act of 1924, however, the focus of his scrutiny changed from hygiene to racial classification. I'm so excited, y'all. I cannot hold it. During the 1920s, Plecker became an advocate for the pseudoscientific claims of eugenics. Do y'all know what
I know what
eugenics
is.
argued that racial and genetic purity resulted in a more stable society. I am not through with you. The Racial Integrity Act of 1924 is what we're talking about now. The legislation prohibited whites from marrying non-whites and explicitly defined racial classifications. The term white person shall only apply to such persons as has no trace whatsoever of any blood other than Caucasian. Now let's pause. And now I might have to do a part 2 because remember, ancient and modern Caucasoid populations were thus not exclusively white. I'm on your ass. All others were colored. In addition, the law asks people to voluntarily register their racial identity with the Bureau of Vital Statistics, making the falsification of one's racial identity or color on marriage license or birth certificate a felony offense punishable by up to 1 year in prison. Stay with me.
I'm with you,
Are y'all
girl.
ready for this? Concerned that mixed-race Virginians would attempt to pass as white, Plecker personally communicated warnings to some new mothers. For example, in 1924, he informed a new white mother that her child's father was in fact Negro and not white. This is to give you a warning that this is a mulatto child, and you cannot pass it off as white. The Racial Integrity Act allowed for one exception to the definition of white person, because many eminent white Virginians believed themselves to be the descendants of Pocahontas and John Rolfe. The law allowed for those who had 1/16 or less of the blood of the American Indian and have no other non-Caucasian blood to be white persons. Plecker feared that this loophole encouraged mixed-race Virginians who had an interest in passing as white to claim as they were Indians.
He therefore determined
that's not the good part.
that
He
there
therefore
are no
determined that there are
native-born
no
Virginian
native-born
Indians
Virginian Indians
free from Negro intermixture.
According to Plecker, and through him, the Commonwealth of Virginians, all Indians were now colored. And now we're going to lead to the Civil Rights Act of 1968 because it says this put Virginian Indians in a bind, perhaps owing to a recognition of the oppressed status of blacks. Indians did not want to be classified as colored. Y'all like this, share this, send this to everybody. We're about to do a part 2 now.
Do you care more about helping Americans
damn,
or
that was
immigrants
good.
in this claim?
Immigrants are Americans. I'm an immigrant and an American.
Well, immigrants are not Americans. Americans are the people that were born
14th
here.
Amendment. Have you read it?
Okay, yes, I have.
Citizenship clause. It
so
says any persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States.
I'm aware of that.
There's about 40 to 50 million naturalized
I'm
Americans
aware
in
of
this
that.
country.
Yes.
He's
but
good.
You didn't
I
seem
like
aware
him.
of it because you said Americans versus immigrants.
So, but are you understanding that the process of getting all these immigrants that come in here we've been also, the millions of immigrants, it's up to the millions, it's the last 20 years now, and it has dramatically affected Americans here in the country, which
Positively, I would argue.
People like me and everyone around here, we cannot find homes or even get jobs within our own fields.
Are you looking for a job in construction
I'm
or
not,
agriculture?
no. I went
Just
to
joking.
college.
Okay. Employment is at a record low right now, even under Donald Trump. And I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but I would say unemployment under both Biden and Trump has been at record low levels.
Okay, is this in regards for American citizens?
Yes.
Who else would it be
Okay.
for, you dumbass?
Okay. Well, I'm unaware of that statistic, but from what I see, from what I
I'm an
consistently
immigrant
hear-
and an American, and I employ
Sure.
many
And
American
my-
citizens,
and-
both naturalized and the ones born here.
And
I employ
my
Americans.
parents. No, my parents came
Americans as defined by you.
My parents came as immigrants to become naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed
Oh,
to
wow.
immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants.
Correct. I'm a child of immigrants. I was
But
born
you don't
here.
accept that immigrants are Americans.
Not at this moment.
So your
because-
parents are not Americans.
Not at this moment.
So hold
no,
on, your parents
they're
are not Americans.
citizens. They became naturalized.
You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
you're born
to
here, right?
naturalization. I
But
never
are your
said that I'm
parents-
against
Are
naturalization.
you against naturalization?
No, I never said I was against
You did.
naturalization.
You began. You're very. Everyone was here. They can play it back on YouTube. You said Americans or immigrants. Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants. You said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I
are
want to make
immigrants.
the
So they're
claim that
immigrants, you
I
dumbass.
came here as an immigrant. I'm an
But
immigrant.
at this point, when they came, the
I
United,
think that
the
people
United
aren't
States
happy with the way
economy,
this is going for you.
the United States economy was not at.
The reason the economy is doing badly now is because Donald Trump's tariff policy, nothing to do with migrants. In fact, the
They can't
congressional.
even start businesses.
I'm an immigrant. I started a business. In
No,
fact,
I
in
understand
fact,
because the SBA
immigrants
is
are-
giving people
immigrants-
billions
I didn't
of
take any
loans.
loans
They're giving
from
them
SBA.
billions.
I didn't take any loans
I'm not
from
saying
SBA.
you did, but I'm
Okay, well,
saying
I'm
that
saying I did.
statistically speaking, they're giving billions of
So
loans
should we do
to these people.
statistics?
Aware of
Right,
that.
immigrants
But
are
we
more
also-
likely to pay in taxes than
Yeah.
take out in benefits.
And
They're more likely to add to innovation and jobs and wages. This is what the statistics show. The Congressional
I
Budget Office.
understand- I
Let me just finish my
understand
point and then let you come back
Okay,
in.
go
The
ahead.
Congressional Budget Office, which is bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats both use it. They have said that the immigration surge that you mentioned will lead to an extra $9 trillion of GDP over the next 10 years. That amounts to $65,000 per American household. That's $65,000 for each and every one of you holding up a red flag.
Okay, I
All
understand
right,
that, but
pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your
Nice
seat.
to meet you. Get out.
You should know these 3 facts before buying a smart bed in 2025. 1. You don't.
It would be hard not to notice that a new breed of supervillains are attempting to take over the Pride Lands. And yeah, everyone knows about Scar, but we need to talk about the hyenas. First up is Shenzi, the most intelligent of the 3. This here is our Shenzi, Curtis Yarvin. And if you don't know his name, that's by design. He's sort of the mastermind behind a lot of the pseudo-intellectual philosophies of the far right. He's a blogger and a software developer who's known for leading a right-wing thought movement called Dark Enlightenment. He's basically
Interesting.
challenging the whole idea that democracy is the best way to govern. He feels that the US would best be run by a group of super wealthy dictator types. He believes that liberal philosophies coming
that
from
truly what
academia and
the
the media
nature of
need to be
democracy
stamped
is?
out post-haste. Curtis
Makes me
Yarvin's
wonder.
philosophies have become popular with a lot of the super wealthy tech bro types and some leading political figures in the last 10 to 15 years. Oh, and as a fun little bonus, he's kind of a eugenicist who believes that there are intellectual differences between the races. He's a gem.
Eugenics.
Next up is Banzai. Not quite the intellectual that Shenzi is, but he makes up for it with shrewdness, almost to the point of being downright vicious. This is Peter Thiel. He's taken a lot of Curtis Yarvin's philosophies and put them into practice. Peter Thiel was a buddy of Elon Musk's. They were both involved in founding PayPal back in the day. Peter Thiel is now the head of a data analytics company called Palantir that you're going to start hearing more and more about. Let's just say that there's probably nothing that Palantir doesn't know about you at this point. Palantir has deep ties to national security and law enforcement, and they're getting more and more involved in policing, surveillance, and immigration enforcement. And no one really keeps a check on how they do their work or what they're going to do with the info
Elon
that
Musk,
they collect.
does he
It's
have
basically
some,
a two-headed
I hate to
monster
say
of
it,
tech
because I
and
like
state
Elon.
power. Peter Thiel is a tech
Is Elon
billionaire
racist?
who put millions of dollars behind
was born
J.D.
in South
Vance's Senate
Africa,
campaign when the guy was about
came
to
up
become
in
a
the
footnote
apartheid
in
era.
history.
I don't
J.D.
know.
Vance won his Senate seat in Ohio because of Peter Thiel, and J.D. Vance became the vice presidential nominee because of Peter Thiel's influence. And this is before he'd even served 2 years in the Senate. That is the Curtis Yarvin dark enlightenment philosophy at work. Use your wealth to basically bypass the whole democratic process and install the leaders that you think will carry out your capitalist designs. Who needs a middleman? And finally, we have Ed, the puppet, the stooge, bought and paid for. Not really capable of producing much independent thought, but doing his best to carry out the wishes of his smarter and wealthier overseers. This is the guy, in my estimation, that they are pinning their hopes on. J.D. Vance. He's moldable because he was plucked from obscurity and basically given a crown and scepter by these guys. And he's more likely to play the obedient stooge because both his way of thinking and his ability to build wealth both came courtesy of one man. Now, trust me, the web is...
I'm not ashamed to say I voted for Trump, but I gotta say, there's so much about him that, oh my God, it makes you wonder why you did it. I voted for him for one reason only, crypto. Big crypto fan. He's a crypto proponent. I think crypto is a way to kind of level the playing field between the institutional investors and the just the regular investors. There's a word. I'm tired. I can't even think right now. Institutional as opposed to the regular people like you and I. God, that sounds so horrible because I can't remember the word. But anyway, that's the reason. But I'm hearing all these things, man. It's like, oh my God, I can't overlook it. It's like it's so hard to overlook.
It's far wider than this. I'm just giving you a little glimpse into where this is all going if the Lost Boys have their way. If we continue to fall asleep at the wheel, they will get their way. We assume that the system of government that we have here in the U.S. is unshakable, and that is just not the case. Right now, there is a vast conglomerate of very powerful, very shrewd people who think that they know better than you, that are plotting a very targeted, deliberate takeover of our system.
Versus the retail investor. We are the retail. Big business, billionaires, millionaires are the retail. Are the institutional investors. We are the retail. We're regular folks.
Of governance in the United States. Don't let them do this. Educate yourself, understand their tactics, and let's use every tool at our disposal to drive these hyenas from the Pride Lands for good.
I like this.
Why, oh why do poor white people vote against themselves?
Americans are still in denial.
Chang! You are going to be defeated! You are already defeated! Anyone who gets in the way, even if they are politicians in the West, they are going to fall. We cannot afford.
Hear what he just said? He threatened politicians in the West that if they don't agree with Israel's war against Iran, that they're going to fall. And remember, he's an Israeli agent. Are you saying Israel will murder politicians in the West or get rid of them politically through bribery or whatever else? What do you mean the politicians in the West will fall?
Yeah, we will not vote for them anymore.
You don't vote for them now. You're not in our country.
We live in democracy, and we have the right to bring them up and to bring them down.
Well, let me answer it because he's not. AIPAC's going to come in and say, hey, if you work for Israel, we'll give you a lot of money. And if you don't work for Israel, we'll give that money to your political opponent and we'll eliminate you politically. In a sense, the United States is occupied territory. They have tremendous power while pretending to be powerless.
Don't do Tai Chi if you don't want to look 60 at 100.
3 reasons to start Tai Chi.
Takes a long time. Sing that shit. That loofah. That loofah. Big loofah. Wait for love, wait for love. All right, girl.
So far, Lafayette, Louisiana has been amazing. I mean, I've really been down here eating myself to death, enjoying the food and also enjoying the people. There's always that one person that's gonna push the envelope, you feel me? This guy decides to DM me, basically telling me to pull up, talking about some I accept the challenge. All right, no problem. Reviewing JB's Cuisines in Lafayette, Louisiana. Now, JB, I gotta tell. Damn. Now, JB, the last time somebody invited me down to try their food, it was trash, and guess what? It didn't turn out too good, all right? And I want you to know you are not exempt from catching the smoke. But since you challenged me, if in fact this food is good, I make a deal with you. I'll pay for the first 100 people to come to your food truck and eat for free. Can JB's Cuisine continue the streak of good food in Louisiana? Well, we're about to find out. You got some other rib plate? Let's try the ribs first. Man. Damn, my eyes water. So damn good. That first bite was sensational. I just want y'all to look at the color of the ribs, man. They just look so beautiful over this bed of rice. When you bite into these ribs, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna just pull off the bone. They got a slight chew to it, but the flavor profile of these ribs, they are truly like no other. Ain't gonna lie to you, I think bruh seasoned the bone too. Even the bone good. Ribs and rice. Is good. You got white beans?
This shit is good.
So I've had white beans before from a restaurant,
I love some
but
white
I've
beans.
never had seasoned white beans. These, I mean, just look at it. I just want you to just look at it. You can see the seasoning inside these beans, man. And they rich, smooth, and creamy too. Damn. So I got some cornbread. Pretty good too. You're gonna drop it in now. You're gonna take the white beans. Follow me now. Follow me.
I'm following. You're gonna soak them on the cone. That cornbread. You're gonna eat your cornbread.
Toss it with the bread.
Ooh, lordy, lordy, lord. Have a
look at this.
Look good, lordy. I need a 40.
It's gonna be no good when I leave out here. We got pork chop with red beans and rice.
Fried pork chop. Tender.
Okay. For the pork chop, texture-wise, it's beautiful. Size-wise, it's amazing. The breading isn't too thick. The flavor on this, I keep it 100 with you, JB. It ain't hitting on shit. I was expecting a whole lot more.
All right, JB, you done fucked up.
Yeah, no, JB, it ain't hitting on shit, bro. Get the out of here. Red beans and rice. Oh my God. Okay, it's time to have another real conversation. These red beans and rice are, it's a message in this. Shut the fuck up, we know what we're doing. Okay. Basically, the red beans and rice are saying, shut the fuck up. We know what the fuck we doing down here. You hear me? And I'm not gonna lie to you. This is pressure. These are a problem. As you can see, the red beans and rice are thick. It's spicy, but it's also a little bit herbaceous too. You can smell the spice and seasonings.
I love me some red bean and rat at
on these, the better they get, bro. The better they get. So we got the pork chop, which we're hitting on shit.
I feel you.
Beans and rice.
I feel you, dog. That make it right.
Okay.
That make it
I
right.
see why you invited me now. You can cook, bro. You can really cook. Cornbread. Man. I'm on the verge of tapping out right now. We got the red beans and rice, cornbread.
He done.
Bruh sold me a whole lot of goddamn. More of the story is JB, brother to brother, man to man. You win, dog.
A whole lot of goddamn.
Address and times and everything you need to know.
I like what you're saying, dog.
This is how I'd learn AI in 2025.
Nope.
So I don't know
If this hits,
but I'm 63 years old, and if nobody told you today, I've lived through enough life to hand you a few truths.
All right.
I don't even know how to even start this story.
Okay. If you're a
Man.
crypto investor or a lover like
The
me,
night before last. Well, first off, I've been invested in the crypto pretty heavily for the past 2 years. and I watched Luna Classic fall, and I watched FTX fall last week, and I thought, man, I should probably really pull my stuff off the exchanges so I don't lose everything. I have over $100,000 of crypto on the exchanges, and I thought I'm gonna buy a Ledger Nano X. I've done my research. I watched TikTok videos. I knew that was one of the cold storage wallets that I wanted to use because I heard it was the most secure.
I keep thinking about this. I keep reminiscing. Bitcoin's about 120 grand right now, right? So I remember in 2013. I remember I said to my girl, I was like, yeah, we're gonna buy some Bitcoin. But yeah, I'm gonna wait to do it. It was $100. I'll never forget it. It was a fucking $100. And in 2010, when I lived in my 1-bedroom apartment before I moved into the home, it was 29 cents. I don't need to say much else, right? I really don't. I think about what I cost myself, my future self. And it's painful. It's just painful now.
I plugged in my Ledger Nano X into my computer, and I transferred over my Bitcoin. And after that, I tried to transfer over Ethereum. It gave me a signal that I needed to upgrade and get the new Ethereum. Now this is on Ledger. It's on my Ledger. I can see my platform because I have to add accounts. And so I upgrade, and everything goes smooth. I transfer over my Chainlink. I transfer over my Polygram. I transfer my Ethereum. And everything was going smooth until I transferred over 31,000 XRP. Boom, the whole screen went black. After the screen went black, I sat there for 20 or 30 minutes, and I thought, what's the best way to go about this? I started exiting out of all the windows. Open and re-bring it back up, and I plugged it back in. When I brought it back up, it asked me, Ledger Live, not a different platform. Ledger Live asked me for my 24-word key phrase. I put it in. It asked me to secure it and re-enter it again, so I did. And when I did, everything started coming back, 100%, 100%. All my, 10,000, 8,000, 30,000. And I felt scared about it. After that, I thought, I'll transfer the rest later. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And so yesterday morning, I sat in my deer blind, and as normal, I always look at my balances. I bring up Ledger on my phone, and it goes down, 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 0. At that point, I started freaking out. I thought, well, maybe it's not connected to my Ledger. I'll just deal with it when I get home. When I went home, I brought it up. I watched the same thing happen all the way down to 0.
Oh my God. That's a nightmare.
Japan just created universal artificial blood that works for all blood types, and it's purple. Scientists at Nara Medical University developed purple blood that eliminates the need for type matching. Whether you're A, B, AB, or O, this artificial blood works on everyone instantly. Here's how they did it. They take hemoglobin from expired donated blood and wrap it in protective synthetic shells, creating virus-free, artificial red blood cells that are actually safer than real blood. Regular blood lasts 42 days in the fridge.
Interesting.
Ain't no fucking way, bro. You're telling...
Now to the traffic stop that's gone viral and why the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it's opened an investigation. The video shows deputies beating and punching William McNeil Jr.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Who says it happened back in February, but he's releasing the video now. Here's a portion of it.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right?
Okay.
And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
okay.
There's multiple people headlights off,
Okay,
first of
that's
all,
still
and then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here. I'm here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No, don't.
Well, we don't know what happened before the camera started recording, but
Absolute
civil rights attorneys
retard.
Harry
This
Daniels and
just
Ben Crump are now
uncalled for.
representing McNeil. In a statement, they said it should be obvious to anyone watching this video that William McNeil wasn't a threat to anyone. He was calmly exercising his constitutional rights, and they beat him for it.
Yep.
Rena Roy joins us now.
They
She's
Rodney
covering the
Kinged
story
him.
for us and the release of this video. All right, sort of take us through, Rena, what we just saw.
Yeah, well, Kira, the video is difficult to watch, and it seems to pick up shortly after William McNeil Jr. was pulled over by cops. Now, remember, this was back in February, and at first you hear him asking why he was pulled over, and they say he didn't have his headlights on, and he says there's no rain. A sheriff's deputy responds, it doesn't matter. That's when McNeil is asked to show his hands, which he does. He's also asked to get out of the car, so he asked to speak with his supervisor. That sheriff...
No, every white person in this world needs to understand why black people, especially black men in particular, it is not equal when you get pulled over by the cops. You might feel like you can say whatever you want to a cop, but when a black guy gets pulled over by a cop, all kind of stuff goes through their mind. Am I gonna die? Because you don't know what these cops are on. Now I get it, it's a stressful job, but this is the shit that we got to deal with every damn day.
Sheriff's deputy then breaks his window. You actually see the glass shatter onto McNeil, then the sheriff's deputy punches him. He's pulled out of the car, pushed to the ground, and we see multiple officers beating him as he's placed under arrest, Kira.
Have we heard from McNeil, Rena? Was he charged with anything?
Damn.
Well, court records, Kira, show that McNeil is facing a slew of charges, and I'll just read through them here. The first is resisting arrest without violence
Resisting
to his
arrest?
or her person. He's also charged with possessing not more than 20 grams of marijuana, driving while his license was suspended, not wearing a
All right, well,
seatbelt, and
if
no
anything,
headlights
didn't
in
he
the
just
rain.
get punched
And he
again?
was sentenced to and served 2 days in jail. We
Right.
haven't heard from
Is he
McNeil
guilty of having some
himself, but
marijuana?
his attorneys are
Okay,
saying that
so
they are
be it.
disgusted, but that they're not surprised. They argue that McNeil was calmly exercising his constitutional rights, and they beat him for it.
Well, what is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office saying, and what do
They're
we
protecting
know
each other.
about
You
these
know how it is.
officers that were
That's
involved?
what they do.
There were a number there on the scene.
Yeah, definitely a number of them there, Kira. Well, as you pointed out, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, they have opened an internal investigation into this incident, and they sent us a statement saying, quote, "We hold our officers to the highest standards
Yeah, right.
and are committed to thoroughly determining exactly what occurred." Now, when it comes to the officers that were involved, we really don't know a lot at this point. A public information officer that we reached out to said that they could not comment, given that this is an ongoing investigation, Kira.
Well, we will definitely stay on the investigation as well. Rena Roy, thank you.
I don't want to see one more white creator clutch their pearls or tell me how they're horrified or how they want to leave the country and how you're having a mental breakdown and how it's too much to handle about what's happening in this country. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about it. I truly don't. You got a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of an inch what it's like to be black in this country. Feels pretty shitty, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Do you know why we're here? It's because our demographic, primarily white men who this land was designed to benefit, didn't stand up with people of color, with our black brothers and sisters, with the Native Americans, with minorities, because it didn't affect them. That's why we're here. There is the class war, eat the rich, yes. This is about the original sin of this country. Make America white again, because that's what they want. Last night I was on a live, and this lady was just heartbroken. She's like, I don't know, like, we had,
again, I'm so conflicted. I voted for Trump, but Make America Great Again, that slogan that he ran on, what does that mean? What does that really mean? When was America great? That's the question. And no one seems to be able to answer that. And then even if you answer it, but who was it great for? When was it great for black people? That's the question.
75 years of progress, and it's all being taken away. And I asked a question, and I think it's the right question. Was it progress, or was it just suppressed? I would argue the latter, because it sure feels like this racism is like a reservoir, and it's a body of water behind a dam, and it's been dying to push out. And that's what this Klan leader is in the White House. He is that outlet for the dam. He unleashed it. It was there. Our neighbors, our friends, our family, they were always racist. He just said, hey, little Billy,
it's okay.
Hey, it's
to
okay.
Show everyone.
Don't hide anymore. Take off your white hoods. Don't hide your face. Do it in public. Who were they going after? They're racially profiling people. DEI, CRT, equality, Charlie Kirk, the white supremacist. Hey, if the pilot's black, do I know that they're qualified? Has he ever said that about a white pilot? Of course not. Who did they pick? The most unqualified, bumbling idiot. A convicted felon, caused an insurrection, cheats on his wives, sexual abuse. But hey, you know what? He's white. So when you see a lot of these evangelicals, because I see a lot of them in my family, middle-aged white, praise Jesus, praise Jesus. Yeah, you think Jesus wants a man like this? You think he's a great reflection? No. I'm going to tell you why they support him. Because they view, when you hear the phrase nuclear family or traditional family values or Christian nation, when was this a Christian nation again? I'm sorry, because I haven't heard one thing. It was founded by founding fathers that owned slaves. They owned goddamn black people like cattle. Yeah, praise Jesus, right? Black people were worth 3/5 of a person. Praise Jesus. Only 21-year-old white men had rights in this country. Praise Jesus. Such a Christian nation. Every atrocity in this country and across the world has been done by a person with religion who has weaponized religion to push the white supremacy.
Religion is the cause of damn near probably every conflict in history.
Look at the Catholic Church. How many young men have been affected? And none of you Catholics stood up. You still go to church and give your tithes while they pay out billions of dollars in civil lawsuits because it didn't affect you, so you don't give a damn. Look at the Baptist Church. Decades they covered up the mistreatment of women. It's gross. And you still went to church and praise Jesus. Look at all the pastors right now that are being arrested for doing inappropriate things with people underage. Praise Jesus, right? But then you hear Bishop Boudet. Kindness, compassion, empathy. Nope, we don't want that. That's right, because you want to make America white again. You want Leave It to Beaver. You want a white kid in a white ice cream shop sitting next to a white cop being served by a white ice cream server. That's what you want. And for all of you middle-aged white people, you are scared to hell that that's going away. And when you hear Fox News, they have posted 244 pieces about trans people since February. Nothing about gun violence. Nothing about universal health care. Nothing about giving people a living wage. Actual policies that would make people's lives better. Because it questions their version of the traditional family. And when you hear that, let me be very clear what traditional family values means. It means white America.
I often wonder, I work with a lot of people that are not of my complexion, but it's very blended, got a lot of different people of different nationalities, but you hear certain comments made and you can tell that they just never really grew up around a lot of black people to understand certain things, certain traits, certain habits, certain slang. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, there's a lot of education that still needs to be had. And if you don't understand that, you definitely didn't have that in the previous generation. And the previous generation of that this is what he's talking about, the Jim Crow era. That's what he's talking about.
That's what it means. They want to put the 10 Commandments in Texas. They want to put Bibles in Tennessee. I'm a person of faith, and I have no right, zero, to push my religion or my faith on you. That's what free will is. See, and those white Christian nationalists, those white supremacists, they don't want free will. They want to push their religious ideology on you because they actually believe this is a Christian nation, because they don't want to take 2 seconds to realize that we are a third world country, that we've never been a great nation for everybody. And that's done through indoctrination, right? You're born in American flag diapers, and you wake up every morning and you eat your Freedom Wheaties and you do the Pledge of Allegiance. Best country in the whole universe ever by not even a close measure. Then you feed your pet bald eagle and you go to work and you polish the Constitution and you have 800 trillion American flags. America, America, yeehaw, America first. But see, you don't give a damn about the people that the flag represents. You just care that your version of what America was lied to you, that you were the Truman Show, because that's what this is.
That's
you were
deep.
told it was great, and it's not.
That's deep.
Right now, the way that we're acting, we're a shithole country. And a lot of people that are white don't want to hear that. Why don't you go ask black people if they think it was great? Why don't you go ask the Native Americans if it was great for them? Because this was their land. Why don't you go ask the Hawaiians when it was great for them? Because we stole their land. We took the land from Mexico. Hell, we took black people from Africa because us white people were too goddamn lazy to do the jobs ourselves. And for all of you people demonizing immigrants, I don't see your lazy asses out in the field
Amen.
doing the jobs. Why is that?
Amen.
Because you just didn't want non-white people here. But Paul, I want them here legally. Great, let's talk about that. These people have been here for 30, 40 years. The system is screwed up, yes. But you know what? They're not criminals. They pay their bills.
Right.
They pay their taxes.
Right.
They have a house. They own businesses.
Right.
But you voted for a white man who's a convicted felon, who caused an insurrection, who makes fun of disabled people, who's so pitiful that he cheats on his wives, all 3 of them. 25 women he's assaulted. The guy wears orange makeup and diapers. And that's your guy? Because he represents one thing: make America white again. And for a lot of you men, it's the toxic masculinity, right? You just can't admit that you've been lied to your whole life, that America has never been great for everybody. Sure, take out the bad parts. Take out Jim.
There's just not a good Democratic candidate. So, sorry.
Jim Crow and slavery and the unaliving of Native Americans and segregation and Black Wall Street. Sure, just take out the bad parts and just take the fraction where it's benefited white people. If we don't address this, and if people like me don't speak up like this, whether we like it or not, this is our mess. We created this. Think of it this way, and I'll leave you with this thought. I build a house, okay? This house is brand new. A black family moves into it, okay?
Yep.
Great. It's wonderful. It starts to get cracks in the walls and the ceilings, and it sags. They come in, they look at it, and they find out that the foundation is broken, okay? That it wasn't poured correctly. It wasn't meant to hold the weight of that house. It was designed poorly. Is it up to the homeowner to fix that house?
Traditionally,
No. It's up to the person that built the house. Us.
What happens?
White men, the only demographic that has never been oppressed, the demographic that it was designed to support. Whether I like it or not, I have privilege. I don't want it, but I have it. So we have 2 options, people. We can hide behind it, clutch our pearls, and bitch and whine and say, oh my gosh, it's so bad. Or we can use it to stand up and do the right thing and to tear down the patriarchy. Because white supremacy, right now, the one good thing that came out of Harris losing was that now we're forced to address the ugliness and the darkness in this country, which is white supremacy.
Man, that's a mouthful. An absolute mouthful. Well, that's it. I'm done. I'm tired as shit. That was some good stuff. We went down the rabbit hole, TikTok rabbit hole. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Whoever was rocking with me. I think it was David Geek. Shit. That might be the only dude rocking with me. I appreciate it. Y'all need to start rocking with me. Like, follow, subscribe, all the above. Appreciate it. Whether you see it live, you see it recorded, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you tuning in, and we're going to continue to do stuff like this. It might be music, it might be social awareness videos. It could be scary TikTok videos, stuff like that. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Until next time.